In this video, we're gonna unbox the ultimate 3D bind and fly basic biplane from Horizon Hobby. This comes in at the E-flite brand level, and you can check out tech spec and ordering information with the affiliate link in the description below. We're gonna get into it right now. If you like what you see, subscribe, tap the bell, all that good stuff. Let's go. This is super exciting. Here we go. Low parts count. We've got it all laid out. This is how it comes out of the box. The prop is already assembled for you. You do not need the little wood circles that come as placeholders in the box. Maybe keep them around. You may need them for something, but I did a dry fit on the spinner and it's just fine. And I talked to the gentleman at Horizon and there's no need for those wood plates. So don't worry about that. But here we go, fuselage. Propellers pre-installed. This is how it comes out of the box. There's not much to do, no gluing to the assembly. Vortex generators, top and bottom of the wings. They'll slave together with these ball link rods. And then also you've got your choice if you want to go 3S or 4S. That's why they send two of these. If you're going to keep it light, they suggest you use the composite spar for the horizontal stab. And if you're going to go 4S and you know it, go with the metal. I'm going to make it easy so I can swap it out. I'm only going to use the tape to do one side of the wing, and then we'll go from there. So here's our screws for the landing gear, which is step one. We're going to get into it right now. Step one, landing gear. Hard to get this wrong. And you've got your screw bag right here. So the one machine screw is more than likely going to be for your spinner to the shaft. So we have these somewhat self-tapper kind of wood style screws for the landing gear. And sometimes if you are self-tapping in a plastic, wiggle it, kind of ratchet left and right. It helps. And I'm not sure if you can see, but there's your aileron lead is right here. There's two of them. And then also this is where the cam will come in and turn and hold your bottom wing on, which is really slick. There you go. There's the landing gear. Like it. So if you're wondering, these are kind of a mix of plastic on the interior and then foam the rest of the way on the spats here. So here we are at the next step, which is to install the horizontal stabilizer. I'm gonna make it easy to swap these out, but I'm gonna go with 3S first, nice and light. So I'm gonna use the composite spar versus the heavier steel spar. All right, so we have our scale set to grams. Now we're gonna build this for 3S first, so we're gonna use the lighter composite spar for the horizontal assembly. Let's see what it weighs in grams. 4 grams for the 3S version, and then here you are looking at 20 for the 4S version. So I'm gonna make it easy to swap it, but I'm gonna go for 3S first. So here goes the composite spar. Go ahead and slide that in. First time here on that. We'll go ahead and go past where we need. And I've already installed this. It just clicks on over the ball, very easy. And then I probably shouldn't have done it that way, but I don't wanna worry about taking it off, so I'm just gonna leave it. And then our Z-bend goes, according to the manual, into the last hole here. And so I recommend setting it up by the book. That way you can rely on the settings that AS3X is set to get along. If you change the resolution here on these Metal Gear servos, you might have to get into the programming to change the receiver. So these are so nice. That they're ready to go out of the box. I love it. And I can really in short order get set up and ready to go. So here we go. So I told you I want to be able to change this out. So what I'm gonna do is not tape this side, only because I know I'm gonna change out this spar and show you. But what I'm gonna do is I'll just unscrew the servo arm, pull out this whole side, and since this isn't taped, I do have some stuff to help hold it together, right? The servo arm, the linkage, and I will tape the other side for sure. And I'll show you that in a minute. It fits really nice and snug anyway. So the rudder's done for you already. And here we go, we've got this side. This actually is the easier side to undo, but because there's nothing having it hold itself on, I figure this will be the side that I'll utilize the tape, and then the other side I'll let the linkages kind of help me out until I decide if I want to fly 3S or 4S on this baby. But so this keys into the other side, no sweat. Oh, that's great. That's done. So it comes with the tape. This will remind you of old park zone stuff. You can use that to mend here basically the fillet to the wing surface. You know, some guys may want to glue it. I think if you're gonna ever have to repair it, you'll be glad you had tape, because you can just simply slice it and remove your horizontal and replace it very easily. If you glue it, you'll make a mess. So everybody wants to know, yep, it's a foam hinge, but it's also CA hinges. So these are mechanically hinged as well as foam. Counterbalanced horizontal, big monster vertical. This thing's gonna be a great time. Cannot wait. All right, there I got my tape. Reminds me of the old days. And that's all it takes. That's all it takes. We'll flip it over and do the bottom. Okay, here we go with the bottom. I know I'm in my own shadow a little bit, but it is what it is. There we go. You do the same thing for the other side. Now, like I said before, I'm not gonna do this side because I'm gonna try it on the heavy spar when I go 4S. So I'm gonna make it easy for me to get this undone. But I do rely a little bit on the linkage as a safety. My recommendation is to tape it, but I wanna show you the way it handles both ways. So I know the next step is to do the wing, but honestly, I'm gonna pump the brakes right now and get this bound up. I'm kinda gonna jump the shark here and bind it before I put that bottom wing on. But I urge you guys to be smart and take off your prop first before you bind it up. It's brand new. I mean, seriously, if you think this is an inconvenience to take off the prop, one nut and the prop, how much of an inconvenience is it when you get cut? And this gives you a chance to put a dab of maybe some foam tack or something on there, or scuff up the shaft as well. Especially if you're gonna 3D this thing, scuff the shaft up, put a dot of something on there, and then go for it. But we're gonna be smart and safe. So here we got a 2200 3S pack, and we're gonna put it in. All right, let's bind it. Radio's off. I'm gonna do it the old-fashioned way, see how that works. So radio's off, prop is off. Plug in the battery. And then push this little button, the Spektrum logo, back here. Now your receiver is in bind mode, it's blinking. Now I'm gonna turn on my radio and push, I'm doing the old-fashioned way. I'm gonna push the bind button and turn on the radio. But I'm not gonna do it very close. I love when you use the smart technology that you get these helpful tips. So my battery's not ready for flying, and all I had to do to shut it up from telling me is hit clear. So if I scroll over, this is a smart system on an Avian ESC. I've got everything at my fingertips right here. See my volts, it's not ready to fly. That's a spent pack, basically. See, the battery indicator tells you. And then also, should, yep, 3/8. Should give me a cell reading per cell right there. I think that is the best. That is just cool. And that's just scrolling over with the, you know, the bar here, the roller. If you get into the telemetry function menu, you can set your parameters, warnings, tones, whatever you'd like. So anyway, props off, we're safe, I'm proud of that. And now we're bound up and ready to button it up. All right. So we have unfettered our ailerons that were wrapped up nice from the factory. We've bound up the aircraft, which makes sense to do before you put this wing on. Polarity's good to go. Love it. Energized. And there's our ESC right there, little Avian. We're gonna tuck these away. Got plenty of room. You can go back, but there's room forward as well. So this kind of keys in right here underneath the landing gear, and that bit's there regardless of the landing gear. Take a good peek. We've got nothing that's obstructing the fit of the wing saddle here. And now our wing is in. We're gonna grab one of our cams, and these are identical. I don't know what else to call them. That's what I call it. It's like a cam, you know, it's gonna twist in and lock it in. So once you twist that in line with the airflow, it's not going anywhere. It is locked. Very, very cool. I'm glad I bound it up first. Now, as is typical, after you've bound up a plane and you're about to fly it, you're going to plug it in and then don't move it. Okay, so they need adjusted, and we'll do that mechanically. That is neutral. They're a little bit out. That's all right. You can see where I'm working here, but we're lining it up here at the root. So we ought to be able to get this clevis right off, and there we go. So we need tighter on this one. We're watching this. That looks great. We're going with that. Clicks on nice. There we go. Now we're gonna do the other side same way. I mean, I could have relied on my computer trims to do this, but I don't. I want to start with 0. I want my trims at 0 if I can help it. And before I dial in the rods that go to the other aileron, I want to make sure these are right. So they're looking good. There we go. Same deal. We're going to tighten this one up. That looks dynamite. Okay, there we go. Awesome. You can see this here. It's going to slide in there. Oh, that fits really nice. Then your cam comes in over the top. There you go. Should get down in there deep, and then turn it in line with the airflow. It's on. Smooth side of the strut faces out. This is for the other side. So these are cool. They're marked. It says top, and it has an arrow pointing forward. Smooth side outboard. That's what they want. And doing this next before the rods is gonna help you. So here's our strut. Now we put these pins in. And when that's all the way in and in line with the front edge there, you know you've got it. And it's going to be the same on the top. And so the trick is, when you got it in there, once you're through, hold this kind of up against the thing and push it in, and there you go. You got it. So there's that side. All right, here's our next one. It's marked top, arrow pointing forward, and it's gonna simply go right here. And we're doing this before we've got our linkages on, and there. So we've got these in. You can see these little plastic bits there. That's what's going to help thread it through once you get your rod through here. So that feels great. That's in there good. There's your like handle, so to say. Now we're going to do this one on the top. The handle's going to go down on this one, on the top. And then once you get through, you can feel it. So go up, get through that middle portion, and then push it up towards the wing and go. And you're in. Awesome. Now it's going to be time to connect the aileron surfaces. All right, so here we are. We're going to do the linkages here now between the bottom aileron, which has the servo, to the top, which is driven with this. So we got a Z-bend. It obviously has to go in this way because the ball is on the interior. And make sure that it evens up here at the fuse. That's actually dialed in right now out of the box. Nice. There you go. Sweet. Same thing. Inside with the Z-bend, down low, and let's see. That's dead eye too. That is dead on. And we'll just snap it on. It's nothing but setting up the throws now. We are going to put on the prop assembly though and show that to you. All right, here we are with the prop assembly, and it's a collet style. So if you have sandpaper around, you can scuff it up a little bit, or a little file. Nice. So primitive, but I got it scuffed up with a drill bit. Then I'm going to put just a tiny bit of Loctite on it as well. And that will be gobs of plenty. I'm going to kind of score the inside too, a little bit of the collet, just a little bit. Nothing crazy. I'm sure you guys have better methods for this. Tell me in the comment section below what you would do instead, because you guys like to anyway, so I'll just ask for it this time. Awesome. So it's soft aluminum, you know, so scuff it up a little. Nice. And give that a little head start. So the propeller is a 11 by 6, 11.6 by 6. And I want to see this tighten down on that collet. That is on there good. Spins nice and true. You shouldn't see the back end of your, you know, the collet part that compresses. And then this fits deep over this, which is actually really, really nice. And you might even have to wiggle it a little. But you wiggle that, and you can get it to sit on there pretty good. No back plate necessary. Those wood plates that come with the kit, they're just for placeholders, so to say. Help keep parts from moving around and getting lost in the box. So now we've got our machine screw, the one oddball in the bunch. And I could almost put a little bit of Loctite on there, but I'm not gonna. That's the assembly. It's that easy. Boy, that looks good. It's that easy. Check it out. So all we gotta do is set up the radio. This one even has propeller reversing. So stay tuned for the shakedown flight, our first flight, where we're gonna fly this on 3S. And then we're gonna put it in the heavier spar and go 4S and see what we think. All right, back out the shot here and wrap this one up. Okay, that's it. Ultimate Biplane 3D smart equipped vortex generators. This is, I think, around 38-inch wingspan, 950 millimeters. I'm not sure exactly. 3S or 4S capable. Super, super pumped. The telemetry, all that good stuff right there at your fingertips. No additional modules. Very easy build, no glue. Check it out for yourselves, guys. Links in the description. And check out the videos on the channel. We're flying all the latest and greatest stuff. Thank you, Horizon Hobby, for getting this one out to us and letting us show it and share our experience with everybody. We really appreciate that, and so does the community. So stay tuned for that shakedown, because good, bad, or ugly, we'll show you what we find, okay? With that, this is your pilot, Ryan. Do all that stuff. Do all that YouTube stuff. Subscribe, tap the bell, turn on notifications, all those things. We have to say it, but it's helpful. And then you won't miss out on anything when we post new content. We've been doing a lot of new products around here, and we're having a blast. And thank you for watching and commenting on the videos, because that helps. All right, Pilot Ryan, out. See ya.